a prune.
I love jazz.
I used to know a jazzer.
A jazzer. Hello, and welcome to WayTooBroad, a place for friends to talk about things they're really, really ridiculously excited about. I'm Hannah.
Hi.
And this is my co-host, Erin.
Hi, Hannah.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
And then there's someone else here. I'm not sure who he is, because normally he's just like a circle with no eyes or features. But now he's got a face.
And features.
And features.
Who is that man?
Who are you?
We have a strange man joining us.
Stranger.
I'm Ben.
Ben, how'd you get a face?
Got a new compy.
Yay!
Compy.
To
what
fill
was
in-
Strongbad's computer? Compy 2000 or something, right?
That
We
sounds
had
right.
like 3.
Yeah, you right.
Let's see.
To fill in any new listeners who haven't been listening since like the first day, Ben, we record on a Google Hangout, and Ben just didn't have a video. So Hannah and I would look at each other's faces, and Ben would just be a screen of mystery.
Because
And
on my old computer, using the camera crashes the computer.
Right.
So now, finally, on episode 57, we can see Ben.
If it wasn't for the fact that Ben is my baby brother and I've known him his entire life, I might have thought he was catfishing us. He's always like, oh, my camera doesn't work.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, we never asked him to send photo evidence that it was actually him recording the podcast. Could have been anybody this whole time.
Yeah, and you'd have to hold up, like, you'd have to go get today's newspaper.
We, like, totally dodged a bullet there.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, truly. Except for the Halloween app we recorded on Kylie's computer, you could see me, so you knew that one
That's
was me.
true. Well, you're kind of sitting far back. I couldn't really catch your features.
Make out the
so.
features.
Speaking of that, when do we need to record that soon, huh?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Lappy 486.
Yes. Lappy
Oh, we're still at the beginning of-
486. That's right.
We're still at,
Okay.
yeah, Compy 2000, close. We're still at pretty much the beginning of October, so I'm sorry to cause unnecessary panic.
You could see the panic on our faces, I imagine.
Ooh, wee-yow. That week of the 21st is going to be... Oh, it'll be fine. I just have to record Monday or Tuesday. I got a little dramatic there.
Okay. We do still need a team clown person.
Molly said she's Team Clown.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to double check with her, but I think she said that she was pretty solidly Team Clown.
Okay.
And we've got, well, that's kind of a spoiler.
What?
Why?
What?
I don't know what it is.
I'll tell you later.
Some spoilers.
Okay.
You'll find out later this episode what I was about to say, what we've got.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying we had planned something for that episode. And the truth is that our listeners, if they've been listening for the last few episodes, have heard every bit of planning that we've done about the Halloween episode.
We decided it's good to save that planning for our on-air time.
Yeah. So, cool. Well, that's great. Molly's a great guest. Could you ask her if she would want to be a guest? And could you tell her, please, that I'll be nicer to her this time?
Oh, yeah, sure. Maybe this could be like an on-air proposal. Molly, would you merrily join us in a podcast episode?
Tell her I'll be meaner to her next time to balance out that Hannah's going to be nicer.
Well, if we're keeping this in, then it's really unnecessary for me to tell her. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like it's kind of like
could you tell her though?
it's kind of like when you're fighting with somebody who's in the room with you, and you're like if I were fighting with you, Ben, I'd be like, Kylie, can you tell Ben that he can't have any more pumpkin pie?
I just
like,
have to
I'm
ask, why
presumably
wouldn't you
mad
have
at
me tell him?
Huh?
I'm right here. Why wouldn't you have me tell him?
Hey, well, I was just coming up with a scenario. I don't know why. That would have been better. But in my mind, I was like, we were at Thanksgiving and I was somehow mad at Ben for like probably eating too much pumpkin pie. So I don't know. I'm sorry. You're right.
I have big news.
Complicated.
I have big news.
What's your big news?
I bought my flights for Thanksgiving yesterday.
He's coming home for Christmas.
He's coming home for Christmas, everybody.
Christmas. It was really fucking expensive. I had to take one of those cheap airlines where like you don't even get a carry-on for free.
Carry-on.
But it's
pack
fine.
a backpack, put it under the seat.
What's the airline? I'll cut it out.
Frontier. You can leave it
I'm
in.
flying Frontier to Providence next week.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the cheapo boys.
Yeah, but I'm going to pack up all my stuff in a backpack and just put it under the seat, which is harder for a long trip. But
yeah, I'm actually going to be there a while because I'm flying out Tuesday, like morning. And then I'll be leaving very early on Monday morning.
Oh, great. So almost a whole week.
Yeah.
That's great. I think I'm flying
awesome.
down on Tuesday, too. Actually, we have not booked our tickets, but I think we're planning on flying down on Tuesday, but flying out on, like, Sunday, I think. So that's cool.
Cool.
But Erin's going to be up here next week.
Yeah. What for,
yeah.
Hannah? Oh, we already know this.
We already know, but I'm going to tell them again. We've been cleaning the house. Erin's going to sleep on our couch.
I think I'm coming up because we've been cleaning the house. That's it. Yeah. She's like, you have to come see our house. It's so clean. And I'm like, all right, I got the next tickets out of there.
It's not that clean, honestly, but we've been cleaning it.
Thank you.
And
unnecessary, but thank you.
I'm just very anxious that you're like not going to understand the how small my house is until you get here, and then you'll be like, oh wow, this is a 2-person house.
It is.
I'm just there for like.
small.
I'm just there for like 2 nights. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
It's so much better than me in an Airbnb. I appreciate you so much for housing me.
Okay.
It is so okay.
Okay, thank you. So
Thank you.
So Erin's flying out actually as we're recording this. It'll be a week from today. She's flying out, and I'm gonna pick her up after work, and we're gonna come home, and then Wednesday we're gonna go to Boston, and we're gonna see B. Steadwell live in person.
Woo!
My old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
And additionally, so we made this plans like a few weeks ago, and then like the other day, B. Steadwell announced a concert in Chapel Hill, which is like 30 minutes from my house. Not tomorrow, Thursday. So I am not tomorrow, but Thursday. Well, I'll have already done it by the time. But anyway, in a couple days, I'm going to go see B. Steadwell. I'm going to prime the pump, if you will, and go see her in concert in Chapel Hill. You know, it's weird. I was telling Hannah, I'd called Hannah the other day.
Oh, this was crazy.
Yeah, so on Thursdays, let's say it was a Thursday. It was a Thursday. We'll say it was, and it was. I called Hannah because I had this crazy dream about B. Steadwell. It was very elaborate, but to sum it up in very summed up terms.
You could have like finished it by now. All this preamble.
You know what? I'll give you the short version. So to sum it up there, I met her and she was kind of aloof, like very, like not very personable, very like not particularly cold to me in particular, but just like not a very friendly person. And it was kind of crushing. And then like the next day, she announced the Chapel Hill show. And not only is it's like a free thing for the college, but she's doing a Q&A for free, so you can go. It's like a meet and greet Q&A, like on the Thursday. So
that's dope.
I was like,
fun.
I know. I was like, Hannah, I'm not gonna go. She's mean to me in my dream. And Hannah basically like slapped me with words in a loving way. So I'm gonna go to it.
I think what I said was, is that a joke?
She didn't say that in capital letters.
Let me see.
You were legit though. That's legit advice. Is that a joke? Is it?
I know. Yes, of course. Is that a joke? That's what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. What's everyone drinking?
Does Ben answer this question first?
Gosh, I just don't know. I think I do, actually. Yeah, I do. All right, hang on. Sorry, gotta fix the outline.
I know what Ben's almost out of.
something with ice in it.
What do you think? What do I drink that has ice in it?
Water.
It's pretty unhealthy now, though.
All right, so I'm drinking 2 drinks.
What are your drinks?
Drinks. One of them is a cold brew iced coffee from Starbucks that used to have cold foam on it.
Wow, that seems like a bad idea at this hour.
Yeah, I've been sipping it. It was a small. I'm very sleepy, so I just wanted to get a little boost.
Great, a little pep in your step.
Yeah, I've been sleeping like shit anyway, so I just figure like, what's the worst that could happen?
Sleep like worse shit.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I just like every morning I wake up and check. I got a Fitbit and it like tracks my sleep automatically. And every morning I wake up and I'm like, 8 hours, no whammies, 8 hours, no whammies. And it every morning it's like, you slept for 5 hours and you were awake for an hour of that time, just randomly in the middle of the night. And I'm like, I don't remember being awake, Fitbit.
Like, how does it know? I feel like you know more than it knows. I can't just tell you were awake. Like, you weren't awake if you don't remember being awake. Like, the best thing about being awake is, like, you remember being awake.
That's the best thing about it. Is that
well, okay. A thing about it, I guess.
Part of waking up is knowing you're awake.
And remembering it later. We should submit a proposal for them to change your jingle. Best part of waking, remembering about it later.
Just being sentient.
I don't know if they're still around. I don't know. I don't see commercials anymore.
I just say I think a Fitbit can't tell you that better than you can tell you that. I'll leave it. I'll leave it there.
Okay, I'll let it know. I'm not wearing it right now. And I'm also drinking kombucha.
Hey, Booch.
Yeah, Booch. This one's. Hey, Booch.
Hey, Booch.
Are you talking to the kombucha?
Yeah, I am. I'm saying hey to it.
This one is called Turmeric Sunrise.
Oh.
It has apple cider, lemon juice, turmeric juice, vanilla extract, organic cayenne pepper, and organic pink peppercorn.
My goodness.
Yeah, and this particular brand, Aquaviti, they also they say they extract the alcohol, but then they also say non-alcoholic, alcohol extracted to 0.5%, less than 0.5% ABV. But I think that's what all kombucha says, that it's less than 0.5%.
Well, I think it has to, in order to not be labeled an alcoholic beverage, I think it has to have that. For instance, I bought a kombucha at the ABC store the other day.
It's got a symbol on it, though. Is what I'm trying to see.
What does that say? I can't read it.
It says verified alcohol extracted.
So,
that's weird.
As I was saying, I think it has to be less than 0.5%. If it's more than that, it needs to be like, you need to be ID'd and it needs to be like an alcoholic beverage. So I bought some kombucha at like the beer store that was like in a different bottle, and you could only buy it if you were 21 and up, and it didn't have a specific ABV. It was just like probably higher than 0.5%. So it had to be purchased with an ID. But it didn't get me, I didn't get buzzed from it. Like,
were you trying to? You sound disappointed.
Yeah. Really
well, no. Well,
it didn't even get me fucking drunk, so I don't know why I bought it.
It's a whole story. I was going in for like a ginger beer, not like a ginger beer, but like a ginger wheat ale that they didn't have, and then I saw this ginger kombucha with alcohol or whatever, and then I got that instead, and it was just not beer level. In fact, I like drank half of it at night and then like drink it on the way to work in the morning. I did not consider it to be an alcoholic beverage, but anyway.
Wow, you should be arrested.
Yeah, I have this on record now. I feel like that's bad. Don't send this to the cops, you guys.
Yeah. So, Erin, what are you drinking?
Well, I have a lemon La Croix. They're right there. That's
delicious.
Right there. And I have a very fun drink. It is so on Sunday, Molly and I, with my little brother and his girlfriend, went to... Are you laughing at me?
It was just a real letdown. You were just winding us up to tell us, and then suddenly you were like Here's a story.
Yeah, you have to have the backstory. Anyway, we went mead tasting at this meadery that we love, and we ended up buying a lot of mead. And so last night we were drinking this drink, and I made one for myself today. It's pineapple mead.
Wow.
With coconut cream in it and rum. So it's like alcohol with some liquor in it, and it's really delicious.
What's it look like? Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Cloudy.
This is what it sounds like. This is
For
what
the
it sounds
listener.
like me tasting it. Like,
I really thought you said meat tasting at first. And
Meada.
Yeah, I get it now.
Meada. Anyway, mead's very tasty. We bought a whole lot, and we're gonna have a bunch for Thanksgiving.
Awesome.
There are several like herby flavors that we got, like lavender and like fennel and anise, and we've got some ginger ones. It's gonna be quite a treat.
Very
That
cool.
sounds great.
Great.
Ben, what are you drinking?
An empty glass of ice water. The saddest drink there is.
Yeah, that's really sad. I have a correction. I did say
sad. I have a correction.
I did say that I didn't know if Folgers was still around, and I did get an angry text message from an outside the door listener / fact checker who said, if the question was, is Folgers coffee still around? It absolutely is.
Absolutely.
I was
didn't hear
thinking
you say that.
when you said that also, actually.
Well,
Is Folgers still around?
I don't know. I don't
yeah.
drink it.
Legit,
I'm not aware
I
of
don't
things.
either.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't
It's
know
the
if
best
that's
part of
their
waking up,
jingle.
Hannah. They can't stop making it. Then what will all those people do?
How
Not
will they
wake up?
remember that they were awake? Right. Ben, I heard through the grapevine that you have a terminology in.
I have
two. Or
2.
two? Oh. Should we explain what that is?
What is the terminology in? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Sometimes I just wonder about new listeners and if the whole first half hour is like impenetrable.
It's been a
Okay,
while.
I'm gonna cut all of that out. So,
Stop.
Rude.
a terminology in is a fun, weird thing that you call something that already has a name, and it's called that because when the segment was introduced, it was because Ian and I, my husband Ian and I, both do this a lot, especially Ian with things. That's it. Go ahead, Ben.
So the first one, I'm trying to remember the second one, which is actually the one I thought of initially, but I'll start with the first one. Hope I remember along the way. Kylie lately has been like working out before bed, just like doing sit-ups and push-ups, just because she felt like she wanted to do that. And she had me like sit and hold her legs while she was doing sit-ups.
Yeah.
And I jokingly was like, okay, I'm going to put on some pump-up music for you, and played the Monster Mash. So now I do that every time she does it. And we call that whole routine of her working up her bed doing the Monster Mash. So like, she'll be like, oh wait, I have to Monster Mash before we go to bed.
Nice.
And I forgot the other
cute.
one. It's gone.
Oh man.
Oh, I just remembered. I remembered. It's here. It's back.
Okay. Okay.
It's another one from Kylie that, so she really loves The Sims, played a lot of The Sims as a kid. And there's this thing in The Sims where like when they're in a relationship with another Sim, when they do something like that the Sim likes, it'll like the little plus will show up above their head, or a plus saying like, you know, their relationship is growing, or it can be a minus or a minus. And she said that like when I do something that annoys her, like in the back of her head, she's thinking like minus. So now we like point those things out to each other by saying that like, ooh, that's a plus, or that's a plus.
That's so cute. You guys are cute.
Thanks.
Yeah, y'all cute. Y'all cute.
Y'all cute.
I thought of a quick family inside joke.
Okay.
That I can't remember if I told before. I don't think I did.
Bring it back.
It's very appropriate for the season. So just simply one time, my dad like walked out into the back deck, and there was like a big spider web that he walked into, and there was a big spider crawling nearby, and he kind of like scrunched his body into the side and like waved his hand out like a traditional like kind of a fae kind of way, like, and he said, "Spider, don't." Like as he kind of weakly gestured towards it with his hands, like not to hit it or crush it, just like, "Spider, don't." So that's like, we say that absolutely all the time.
Do you always say spider? Spider
well,
don't?
Usually you walk through a lot of spider webs. 'Tis the season. But yeah, it's mostly with spiders. Spider don't.
That's so good.
It's like a big man.
Spider don't.
Spider don't. That's so good. We're bringing all this quality tent to people for free. Did you know that?
Free 99.
Slinging free tent, baby.
Slinging free tents. Free tent giveaway. We sling more free tent than REI.
Wow. Free puns and everything.
That's right. That's quality right there. Quality with a K. W.
Yeah. I have a little bit of my own little corner that I'd like to do real quick.
Saddle up!
Right.
Hop in.
Saddle up and hop in for Hannah's Terrace House update.
Hey!
All you terrace heads out there.
Come enter the Terrace House with Hannah. Happy to greet you.
Welcome to my Terrace House. I'm here to tell you all the latest news and updates about Terrace House, the great Japanese television show with no script at all. By the way, No Script at All, very good podcast about Terrace House. Just shout outs. There's a new season. Season is the wrong word, although it is the word that Netflix uses. But
it's the wrong one.
There's a new part out of Terrace House Opening New Doors, which is the current season of Terrace House. It takes place in the beautiful sort of ski country of Japan, and it's wonderful. It's my favorite season yet, I would say. I haven't seen all of them, but I would say, like, if you've been hearing me just go on and on and on and on about Terrace House for like a year now, and you're like, what the fuck is this person even talking about? And you're like, there's 3 on here, I don't know where to start. When you go on Netflix, you could start with Boys and Girls in the City, or you could start with friggin' Opening New Doors, which is still happening right now, and it would be either of those would be such a great place to start. But Opening New Doors, maybe even more so, because it is my favorite. So anyway, the new season is out. I will have seen it all by the next time that we record, guaranteed.
Or your money back, or your non-money back.
Yeah, it's right. It's only 8 episodes per part, so it's not that hard. But everybody should be watching it, and nobody that I've talked to is watching it, and it's very upsetting. And the other thing I would like to ask, just like a general request, if anyone listening to this has found or does find Terrace House because of anything that I said ever, like on my Twitter or on my Facebook or on this podcast, like, please let me know that I even brought one person to Terrace House. Just please like,
use
reach
the
out.
referral code Anthropology at checkout.
Just please like tweet at me or just like text me if you know me and just be like, hey, just so you know, I have watched all of Terrace House now, and it's because of you. That would make my whole week. If you say if you watched one and then you were like, then like don't text me about it. But if you liked it,
please just reach out to me and thank me, and then let me know that you're naming your firstborn after me. I would really appreciate it.
I have a good name. It's a palindrome. So
it's true.
Have I ever told you? I feel like I have on the pod. Have I ever told you my weird thing with the word palindrome?
That it's not a palindrome?
No, that for some fucking reason, whenever I hear the word palindrome, the first thing that comes to my head is the word sunflower.
Wow.
Not a palindrome. You're like
synesthetic or something. Synesthetic.
But that just like forever.
Wow. Why?
I don't know.
Why the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know when it started. I don't know why it started. But
palindrome, sunflower.
Hannah, that conditioning we did when Ben was a baby totally worked. We just crawled up to your crib side every night and said palindrome, sunflower, palindrome, sunflower, palindrome, sunflower. Ha ha ha!
Yeah, I win. No, I wasn't Googling it. I was looking down at my fact checker sent me another text, and it says Folgers has 15% of the entire market share for coffee in the country. I love you.
He's not letting this go without a fucking fight.
That's a lot.
Will fight to the death about this. He will drag you to court over
he's
this.
Got like stock.
Wild Folgers claim. Just unfounded claim that Folgers is no longer around. He will not stand for it. He will die on this hill.
This injustice will not stand.
Not in his house.
Yeah. I'm sorry, okay?
It is the best part of waking up, and it will always be for him.
He says he didn't really care that much, but that's easy to say after you've won.
Yeah, well, his actions say otherwise.
Yeah. All right. That's my whole.
Looking
that's
forward
Terrace House.
To more fun Folgers facts sprinkled out throughout this episode.
That's Hannah's Terrace House corner and Hannah's Folgers corner. Closed for the week.
Do you want a baseball update?
Absolutely.
Yep.
The Boston Red Sox.
Who are they?
The baseball team from Boston, Massachusetts. They are right as we're recording, and as I'm watching as we're recording, are in Game 4 of the American League Division Series against the Yankees. Whoever wins this goes on to play the Astros in the American League Championship Series, and then whoever wins that goes on to the World Series. Very, very, very exciting game last night that I missed most of because I had a class really late.
Hang on. Can I just point one thing out for our listeners?
Yeah.
If you are not a person who really enjoys Ben's baseball corner, just in case, just so you know, what all that means is that soon the baseball season will be over, no matter who wins. So this won't go on forever. Please don't unsubscribe. But I love Ben's baseball corner, especially right now, because it's very exciting.
It's a good way to keep in touch with baseball without doing any of the work.
That's true.
And a good way to keep in touch with Terrace House and Folgers Coffee. I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to keep the people in touch.
Right. Yeah. So can I also say, just before you talk about that last night's game, that I did not watch game 1 and I did not watch game 3 of this series, but I did watch game 2. And now I won't watch any more for the rest of this series because they stunk up the place in game 2, and I'm pretty sure it was my fault.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's actually this series has been like really, before last night, made me really nervous because the first game we had a 5-0 lead, and then the Yankees almost came back and we ended up winning the game 5-4 because our bullpen has been just a dumpster fire since August. So once our starter came out, thing. Yeah, I think people can figure out dumpster. It's not a baseball term.
Well, if your dumpster's overflowing, it sounds like a fire might take care of that problem.
Yeah, and burn trash.
Tell me.
Cleansing fire.
Fuck's sake. That's foul. What? Someone almost hit a home run.
Sorry.
But they didn't. And also, the last series of the regular season, the Red Sox lost 2 out of 3 to the Yankees, which made me nervous too. So then the next game, like Hannah mentioned, they lost 6-2. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Our offense was like, just seemed like they didn't really know what to do. And the Yankees catcher hit 2 home runs in that game. And then last night happened. So, and the way the division series works is that the team with the best record gets to play the first 2 games at their home field, and the 5th game, if there needs to be one, also at their home field. So they play 3 out of 5 at their home field. So those were the 2 games at Fenway, which the Red Sox really wanted to win with home field advantage. So now the 3rd game, they go to New York to play. And they're playing in New York tonight as well. And man, oh man, did they fucking win last night. In the most incredible way probably ever. They won 16-1.
Holy shit.
Which is a massive score in baseball.
Yeah.
And several historic things happened. This is like, I think this is tied for like the most they've scored in a postseason game against the Yankees, or maybe against anyone ever. They had tied for the highest scoring inning ever for them in a postseason, which was 7 runs in the 4th inning.
What?
And possibly most significantly, a Red Sox player named Brock Holt hit for the cycle, which means he hit a single, a double, a triple, and a home run in that game. And it was the first time anyone has ever done it in a postseason game.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what's so cool about that is that that's the 2nd cycle of his career.
Wow.
And that's a really rare thing. And it's especially cool because he's not like an everyday player. Like, he's kind of a utility guy that the Red Sox, he throws right-handed, but he bats left-handed. So he can play like any position, because when you throw right-handed, you can play any position. You can play any infield or outfield. And so sometimes he'll be in the lineup when there's like a right-handed starter for the other team, and they like want to have a few more left-handed hitters in the lineup. But he's not like an everyday starter, and he's not like a superstar name like Mookie Betts or JD Martinez that like had these amazing years. He's just like been hitting really well and just like had a really good night and kind of like showed up when it really mattered. And he's also like, he's a very active person in the Red Sox, like not being a player. You know, like he's a very good teammate. Like, he's always the loudest cheering person you see in the dugout. He also, the Red Sox are very associated with the Jimmy Fund, which is like a fund for cancer research, for child cancer research. And every year they do like a Jimmy Fund telethon. And he was the like designated Jimmy Fund captain for the year. He's just like a really cool guy, like a really nice person and great teammate. And it was like cool that he like got his like moment in the spotlight of being the first to ever do that, you know?
Nice.
It was really cool. Wow.
He'll be in the record books for that.
Yeah, exactly. And he's one of only 2 Red Sox players to ever hit for the cycle twice in their career also. So pretty cool.
It's really rare.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Way to cycle.
Although it happened 4 times this season, and 2 of them were on the Red Sox.
Brock.
Mookie Betts hit for the cycle. Oh no, it happened 5 times. 2 of them were on the Red Sox, Mookie Betts and Brock Holt. And then
Brock Holt.
There's this guy. Kylie calls him Steve Holt.
Yeah.
Steve Holt. Brock Holt. There's a player for the Brewers named Christian Yelich who hit for the cycle twice this season. Because he's fucking crazy.
Can I share with you a conversation that I had with an Australian friend of mine about baseball?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is actually Eamon from But Yeah, which they
Eamon
gave us
Targaryen.
a shout out this week. It was nice. Yeah, Eamon Targaryen. And I told him that I was watching baseball. I said some things about like the Red Sox in 2004 and stuff. And he was like, I know those words from television and podcast references, but not much else. They are ... the baseball. And the one, then he said, this is interesting. He said, the one that's like cricket, except a square and faster. I was like, oh my God, it actually is faster than cricket. Like,
oh yeah.
Cricket takes days. And then I corrected him and said it wasn't a square, it was a diamond. But then he insisted. He said, I'm pretty sure it's a square, Hannah. It only looks like a diamond because you're far away. You've been lied to. And then he did give me some photographic evidence that it's actually a square. Yeah.
It only looks like a diamond because you're far away?
Yeah, that's his assertion.
Distance, it's how you tilt your head.
I know. But either way, we have to call it a baseball square now. To at least one person. That's my promise.
That's my commitment to Australia.
So
another beautiful day at the baseball square.
Yeah. So we're teaching at least one person a little bit about baseball.
That's good.
Yeah.
Or is he teaching us?
A little bit about cricket.
Just a little bit.
Speaking of sport, I'm going this weekend to watch a polo match in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Polo with the horses.
How does polo work?
I don't know. I need to do my research before I go. I think I'll find it much more enjoyable if I know what the fuck is happening.
Why? Why
am I going?
Mm-hmm.
It's an excuse to dress up and day drink.
Oh, it's fancy like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Polo
you dress
is very
up.
fancy. You have to own a horse to play it.
Yeah. And
whatever.
An expensive horse.
I could own a horse if I wanted to.
That's right. She says, sipping her kombucha.
Yeah. If you can get kombucha, you can get a horse.
That's how I feel.
They talked about owning horses on Mabim Bam this week.
They did.
And I was surprised by how cheaply they could find horses online.
They were not good horses.
But they were still like $700 for a horse.
You couldn't play polo on those horses.
No. I mean, you could, but that'd be dangerous.
Okay. We are way beyond up front.
We need to pop in.
We need to
more
pop
than
in.
we've ever needed to pop.
Pop in.
We need to pop in. So
pop in, Hannah.
All right. I actually have a very short one this week. So I've been Ian and I have been embarking on a new grown-up adventure, which is called meal planning.
Oh shit!
I feel like we dodged a bullet there.
Isn't it weird how you just can't use the word adult in any situation anymore?
You just can't. It's ruined.
Like I can call our show Grown Up Show and Tell, but I can't call it Adult Show and Tell. It's like a whole different.
Holy shit! That's a whole nother podcast.
So I want to talk about this is our second week doing meal planning, so we'll sit down on like a Saturday night or a Sunday morning and we'll just like, count up how many like oatmeals and how many like lunch staples we'll need in order to make it through the week, and then we'll like decide on like different dinners for every night and try to like make them balanced meals. And the reason that we're doing that is because up until basically last week, we have been pretty much like flying by the seat of our pants, the seat of our butts, every single time, every single night. We'll be calling each other like, I don't know, what do you feel like for dinner? Should we stop? Should we both stop? Should one of us stop? Like, how do we live? And then like spending, like $40 a night getting groceries and then, or getting takeout or whatever. And then half of it would go bad. And on top of that, we weren't eating that healthy. So we've been eating a lot healthier. We've spending a lot less money overall because I'm not like going out to get like a sandwich every other day at work, and saving time. And it's been, it's a little bit of a time and money investment up front, like on the weekends, but it did motivate us to like clean out our fridge, which really needed it so that we could make room for all the nice vegetables that we were going to buy. And it actually has changed I usually really, really hate grocery shopping, but when I have a list and I have like goals, then it's a lot easier for me because I'm not just like swimming in a sea of options. So I actually find it much, much more tolerable at the grocery store if I have like a list and a plan. And also I'm a lot less likely to buy like cookies and chips.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. I just remembered. We made rules. We made some rules too about healthy eating. We said, if we have the right breakfast every morning during the whole week, like for me it's oatmeal and for him it's cereal, then on Saturday or Sunday we can go to brunch because we like brunch and we like to go to brunch, and so we can do that.
Fuck yeah. Awesome. Get
whatever we want. And then I just remembered that we were talking the other day about how we can't really face a future where we never eat chips again. So I think we're going to try to make it like if we have a good go a full 4 weeks doing like successfully meal planning and stuff, then we can reward ourselves by like having a bag of chips in the house until it's gone. But then after that, we'll have to wait another month. So stuff like that. So like we're just kind of trying to make rules and like give ourselves a little bit more structure in the way that we are thinking about our food and stuff.
Nice.
It's been good. Like, fun would be an overstatement, but it's been very good.
Woo! I can see the obsession part, because that can definitely be all-consuming.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, but,
but,
you know, then I can decide what I want to do on my lunch break. I don't have to, like... Also, the food options around my office are so bad. Like, it just was really not working out. So now it's like, I know I don't have to worry about that. It just makes, like, lunchtime a lot easier. And I've been going for walks at lunch, too.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to tell you guys.
Fun.
Very good.
Yeah. I mean, not fun, but great.
Yeah. Good.
I kind of, we've talked about this before. I kind of, like, actually really do love that whole, like, I love, like, making a list for the week and then going shopping and, like, getting everything from the list. I don't know. There's something, like, deeply gratifying about that for me.
Yeah, there's
like,
something very comforting about, like, getting home with all that stuff and knowing that you don't have to think about it for another week.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I love it. I am happiest during the week when we have, like, a meal plan. Like, every night we know what we're having for dinner and we have all the ingredients for it. I actually really, really love that and have been getting away from that.
Yeah, not knowing what you're going to do for dinner is the fucking worst. Because then you just, like, get home and you just have to spend so much time thinking about what you want, and then, like, maybe you don't have all the stuff for it.
Right. But you've run out of time to actually go get it, or like, then by the time you're eating, it's like 9, and you're like, I shouldn't even be eating right now.
Yeah.
Especially with a long commute, it's, like, essential, because, like, every moment counts.
Every moment at home counts. You need to know what you're doing.
You know, every moment that you don't have to, like, stop at a store, like, go out of your way, like, you're already driving a fucking hour to get home. Like, you don't need to, like, add on another 30 minutes for going to the fucking grocery store, like, when everyone else is there.
Amen. Amen. You know, like church.
You know, like church.
Preach. Well, that's great. Way to go, you two.
Thanks. I did it in Google Docs. If anybody is interested in seeing it, you're more than
I would
welcome
love to see
take
it.
a look.
Share that shit with me. Share it up with me.
Okay, I will.
Share it.
Give me commenting privileges.
I don't know.
Give me editing privileges.
No, absolutely
not.
Why not? I'm a good editor.
Just don't. As long as it's not named, like, adult store list, I don't need that, like, in my Google Drive.
Grown-up shopping list.
Like, what is that?
Yeah. Who's next? Erin's next.
I'm next. All right, I had a lot of good options this week, but I'm going to go ahead and pop in on one of them.
Oh, is that how popping in works? I've been wondering for 2 weeks now.
It works in a lot of different ways. It's kind of however you want it to work. I'm just going to pop in on one of them. So, every year, well, it's all right, my obsession this week is a tradition that Molly and I created a few years ago and are actively participating in. So, I don't know what it was, but one year we started just watching we decided we were going to watch a scary movie every night until Halloween. And what?
I just remembered what this is called.
Yeah. So it's called WASMENUH, which is an acronym for Watch a Scary Movie Every Night Till Halloween. So we also decided that the S could stand for scary or suspenseful, and as it kind of has turned out this year, it could also stand for subtitled, Swedish, or South Korean. Or Spanish. Like, we've really, like, flexed that S, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, it's been, so we started it maybe end of September, and hasn't been every night, but it's been almost every night. There've been, like, 2 nights, and tonight included, where we, like, couldn't do it. But, like, even, like, last week before podcast, we, like, got home and we were like, okay, we have exactly enough time to, like, start and finish this movie before I have to go do pod. So we've been trying to do it. We even this year we introduced a spreadsheet, so we're, like, really into it. So I I just thought I'd introduce the concept, and then I would read you the movies we've watched so far, because, of course, Molly has been updating the spreadsheet.
Awesome.
And I actually just updated it from last night, and read you a select few titles from our spreadsheet and solicit any titles that you or the listener would like to add. But here we go. Some ones that we've watched so far. This might be in order. Let the Right One In. This is.
I want to see that. Was it good?
Yeah. Oh, it's great. This is a repeat one that we watched. I think probably every year that we've done this. This is the original Swedish version.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, you can rent it on Amazon Prime. It's not for free. You have to buy it, or you have to pay to rent it. And they have a dubbed version or the original version. I would highly recommend the original subtitled version, because then you knock off that suspenseful Swedish and subtitled, S there. But also they make really intentional choices about the voices. Ooh, nice rhyme. So I haven't watched the dubbed version, but just read a little bit. It's fine. Something I like about a subtitled movie is that it really forces you to watch it. So I like that too. Yeah. It's you can't be on your fucking phone. The Village, M. Night Shyamalan, that's on Netflix right now. That's classic. We watch every year. Contagion, which is available for rent on Amazon Prime. Or on Amazon. That is such a good fucking movie.
Is that the
really
one?
Scary.
Who's in that?
A bunch of people. So
who's the main lady?
Well, there's a lot of people in it. So Kate Winslet's in it, Gwyneth Paltrow's in it, Matt Damon's in it, Lawrence Fishburne's in it, Rachel Weisz is in it. No, she's not. Somebody else is in it. Marion something.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Yeah, it's about a virus that kills 26 million people in less than in 100 days.
Yeah,
I
Gwyneth
remember that.
Paltrow, she was the main person in the trailer, but she's actually not really the focus of the movie.
Oh, she's not the focus of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a great movie, and the scary thing about it is it's totally scientifically accurate. That could happen exactly how it is depicted in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really scary. We watched Seven with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
That's a good movie, I think.
That's a good movie, yeah. We watched Train to Busan, which is on Netflix. Such a good fucking movie.
I was hoping you were going to mention that. So you liked it?
I loved it.
Was that your first
time? Did not
time?
find it scary at all.
Oh, man.
But I loved it. I thought it was so good. I loved it.
So scary.
I'm just firmly... We watched The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Again, the Swedish version. It's on Netflix. Oh my god. We watched Hereditary. Oh my god. That was so scary, and I kind of regret watching it. It was so scary. Really disturbing. Oh my fucking god.
I've had that movie summarized to me in detail.
Yeah.
It is so freaky.
I've listened to 2 very spoilery podcasts about it, and I still don't think I understand what the fuck happened in it at all. They were
the ending is
both of them were
weird.
That movie is so fucked up.
But it's scary. It's really
scary. I can't even think about it. I had so many nightmares that night. That is a movie. Here's the thing about WASMENUH. I don't like scary movies. I get really scared. I'm really sensitive to disturbing things, especially with regards to ghosts or demons or evil forces and violence and stuff like that. Not violence, but just kind of disturbing violence. And so on paper, WASMENUH sounds like a terrible movie, a terrible project for me to participate in. And in some ways it totally is, because I would never under normal circumstances watch Hereditary. But there's been a lot of talk about it, and we're doing WASMENUH, so but anyway, I think I'm gonna stand my ground and gravitate less towards kind of torture porn or really scary demonic shit, and kind of lean more towards fun Halloween classics and suspenseful movies and thrillers, and less fucking just some shit that you just don't need to see that. You just don't need to see it.
So you would put Hereditary in that category? You wish you hadn't watched it?
I wish I hadn't watched it.
Okay.
It's not a bad movie. It's just really disturbing. It's just so disturbing. It affected me a lot more than it affected Molly. Molly was Molly found it to be, the way she described it to me, like she found it to be really, really scary when we watched it. And we watched it with my family. Mm-hmm. We were all fucking screaming. It was just so scary. But, so she found it scary and then was like not... Oh, Molly just popped on the spreadsheet. That's funny. Yeah, you can see it in Google Drive. She was like, is active on the spreadsheet. That's really funny. So she's checking in, you know? So yeah, she was like over it immediately. And I just like had trouble falling asleep, had a bunch of nightmares, woke up several times, like actually, which I know because I remember, no Fitbit had to tell me. Just like nightmares all night about it. And just like been thinking about it and like freaking myself out about it, you know? So, yeah.
But you've always been kind of like that.
I've always been this way.
You were born that way.
I was born that way. Maybe she's born with it.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth me watching. I don't think I would have nightmares from it. I don't really have nightmares.
It's interesting. I think like the intent of the director, like it's a well done movie and it's, you know, it's a good movie. It's just very disturbing. And I think what's interesting about it, like, you know, it definitely has a lot of nuance to it. It definitely, like, is as much about, like, the family dynamics as it is about, you know, the shit that's going down, which is interesting. It's not one-dimensional. It's got a lot of dimensions to it.
Mm-hmm. How many?
It's got a lot of D-men to it.
Nice.
Like, at least 2 or 3 dimensions.
Okay.
Anyway... Almost on the list, The Descent. So after Hereditary, the next night I was like, "Whoo! I need a more lighthearted movie." Mm-hmm. So I picked The Descent, which is not light at all. It is very scary and disturbing. And Molly was like, "I didn't like that one." Anyway, that one's a scary one. And then last night, finally, we learned our lesson and we watched Pan's Labyrinth, which is so good.
I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
Super good movie. That is Spanish subtitled. And suspenseful.
Oh, great.
Yeah, let the right one in. Swedish subtitled suspenseful. Train to Busan, South Korean subtitled suspenseful.
For WASMENUH, do you try to do a mix of like rewatching and new stuff, or do you try to do mostly one or the other?
Good question, Ben. We don't really have an agenda in that way. We have our spreadsheet and we just kind of like, what you feeling like? So our spreadsheet consists of everything that we've like watched before and want to watch again, or haven't watched and want to watch. We have little columns for like Molly hasn't seen it, Erin hasn't seen it. We have a little checklist for 2018.
So cute.
We have where to watch it column. We have notes. Molly spearheaded this spreadsheet. So it's kind of whatever we feel like. Some other notable items from the list are It, which
have you seen it yet?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked It. But anyway, we are also going to try to intentionally watch some movies that I think there are a few on here about scary dolls and a few about scary clowns. So we're going to try to watch those in preparation for the Halloween episode.
Nice.
And then lighthearted classics like Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus, Practical Magic. I haven't seen Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin Explosion or whatever it's called.
Great Pumpkin Explosion, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Have you seen The Witches?
Wait, is that it? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, The Great Pumpkin Explosion of 1985.
The Witches by Roald Dahl, that's a good one. We watched that recently.
Oh, well, it's never too soon to watch The Witches again.
The Witch is on our list, which is on Netflix. That one is so fucking scary and disturbing. I don't think I can watch that again.
Oh, you've seen it? Oh, see, I didn't find it scary. I found it suspenseful, certainly.
The Witch?
Yeah. We saw it in theaters.
I found it very disturbing. That whole, like, possession, like, demonic spirits possession, no for me. That's no.
I think that's got something to do with your religious upbringing. Don't you?
I think it's in the same way of, like, scary about ghosts. It's like that same, it's like something evil and malicious that you can't defend yourself against.
Yeah, I remember Erin mentioned that specifically. A lot of possession was something she was especially scared of last.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting.
I don't think it's my religious upbringing, because I'm not offended by it religiously. I'm more like, That's fucking scary. The premise is very frightening.
No. You misunderstand me. Okay. I also had a religious upbringing, and the reason I brought it up was not to be your therapist or accuse you of anything or judge you. It was because I think I found that kind of stuff especially terrifying as a young person, especially when I was still religious, because it felt like it was something that I was being actively taught could actually happen versus a ghost or I guess a zombie at that point, which was not part of the actual mythology of my faith. And I think even now it's possible, or even when you're not like actually participating in that, in like the church anymore, I think it's possible that some of those deeply ingrained fears that you grew up with from a very young age can just stick around.
Yeah.
That's my theory on that particular
That makes sense. That makes sense. I would be more intrigued by that theory if like it didn't feel the same scary way that ghosts felt,
right?
You know, so
I get it.
Yeah, totally.
You don't like my ideas, anyway, and you think I'm dumb.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Okay.
So anyway, WASMENUH. It's fun for everyone. It's fun for the whole family. Who doesn't like a nice movie marathon with like with a goal? What's your question?
I have a suggestion. You said.
Oh, what's your suggestion?
Have you seen Drag Me to Hell?
Nope, that doesn't sound like a great Erin movie.
It's good though. It's more of a curse movie than a demon movie.
Oh, okay.
It's very good.
Hannah.
Oh, and then also you've seen It Follows, right?
Yeah. That's on the list, but we have seen it.
What's up, Baby Ben?
Do you remember when we were younger and you, Lucas, and I went to some scary movie at the Cape Cod Mall and we went at like midnight for some reason? Does this ring any bells?
No.
It was a really shitty, scary movie. And I remember going with you two. I feel like it was one of the first scary movies I saw in theaters because I think I was pretty young.
Was it a Harry Potter movie? I'm trying to think of what I would...
Does Harry Potter sound like shitty scary movie to you, Hannah?
I'm just saying,
get out. Get out right now.
If
that's how you feel about Harry Potter, you can leave.
No, it wasn't a Harry Potter movie. It wasn't like a midnight premiere. It was just we went to a midnight showing of it.
I don't remember at all. You don't remember anything about the movie?
Midnight show.
I feel like Justin Long might have been in it.
Huh. Drag Me to Hell.
His name? Is that Drag Me to Hell?
He's in that movie.
Maybe it was Drag Me to Hell then.
I don't think I saw that in the theaters. I didn't see that till like...
Oh, I think it was Drag Me to Hell.
I don't think it was me then.
Hold up while I watch this trailer with no sound.
Okay. It's a good movie, Ben.
Yes, this was it. I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember seeing it in theaters.
Oh, this was it.
Wow.
Yeah, Doug, I saw this in theaters.
Well, it wasn't bad. Take it back.
Did I say... Oh, I did say it was bad, didn't I?
Yeah.
You said it was shitty, Ben.
Yeah, you said it was shitty.
I'll add that to the list.
Okay. Thank you. You can let us know. You can be the tiebreaker on that.
I have 2 announcements. Every time I type the word drag, I add an E at the end. Drag me to hell.
Drag me to hell.
Drag me to hell.
Right to hell.
What's your second announcement?
It was just that one.
Okay. Her second one was nobody cares about when we saw this movie. But
yeah. That was the implied second one.
But I'm gonna cut that out, so no one will have to.
Thanks for dragging me through that conversation.
We've only inconvenienced one person, so there's that. All right, so Erin's obsession is WASMENUH.
WASMENUH.
What's Ben's? What's Ben's? What's Ben? Everyone's wondering. You hear all those people asking?
Can you hear the crowds asking what's Ben's obsession? What is it, Ben? Give the people what they want.
Show on the internet.
Internet?
On the internet. It's on Twitch/YouTube.
Okay.
It's got a name. And the name is Critical Role.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I feel like I was going to say before I said it, you definitely have heard of it before. / thought you might have watched it. Have you watched it?
No. I've tried to listen to it, I think, because it's also a podcast, but I could not.
Why not?
Yeah.
What? I definitely searched for that by spelling roll ROLL.
Well, that's the pun.
That's like at Thanksgiving. It was like one roll left. It's the critical roll.
Please tell me why it's good. I think I tried to watch it once and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so long. So long.
It is long.
On to the next one.
First I'll explain how I got into it, because it's another obsession I've sort of shamelessly stolen from Kylie. Because have you guys heard of Drawtober?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Drawtober is? Yeah, Kylie's doing Drawtober this year.
On Instagram.
Right. Kylie's doing Drawtober this year. For people who don't know what that is, it's like it's not a drawing competition, it's more like a drawing event that is hosted by a couple of artists where they like come up with a bunch of prompts for every day of October. And you have to like draw based on that prompt and post it and like use the hashtag. And if you do it every day, they like send people prizes and stuff, like little stickers. It's just like a cute, fun little thing.
It's like Movember, except it's not a competition.
Yeah. And Kylie's always wanted to, but never had time because we were in school. But now that she's working full time, and like has doesn't have to do homework at night, she's been actually doing it. And,
her drawings are so dope, by the way.
Yeah, she's really good. She thinks she's not, but she's good.
She's really very good.
Really good. She's really good.
Please let her know.
Yeah.
From us.
So she wanted something to watch that like she could kind of have on in the background while she drew, and like still pay attention to, but not have to like be drawn into. And also the drawings take a while, so she needed something like long. So she
drawn into.
Nice. She started watching Critical Role, which is it's a D&D show. It's 8 people playing D&D on Twitch, and they have a really nice setup. Like it's very professionally recorded and both audio and visual, and they have like a really nice table. And for all the like fight scenes, they actually have like physical little like figurines and stuff that they can show the placement of everyone. It's really cool. And the especially cool thing about it is that all 8 of the people doing it are voice actors, like professional voice actors.
Wow.
And like things that you would recognize voice actors. A lot of them do the English dubs of animes. Like Hannah, for example, for you, do you know Levi in Attack on Titan? Because he's voiced by the DM.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he also voiced the fucking McCree in Overwatch, the like cowboy character. And
that's a Vigi game.
Yeah, and the 2 of them, they're Matthew, Marisha, Travis, Laura, Sam, Liam, Taliesin, and Ashley. That's their names. And Travis and Laura are married and also voiced Roy Mustang and Lust in the English dub of Full Metal Alchemist.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Pretty awesome.
And so like those are like people I heard when I watched that show as a kid, which is like really cool. And now they're playing D&D. So the reason it's cool, their voice actors, is like they all get really into character, and also not all of them, but a lot of them do voices for their like special voices for their characters. Like one of them, that woman I mentioned, Laura, who voiced Lust, her character is like this really energetic, like boisterous tiefling, which is a kind of creature in D&D that's like horned and has like colored skin. Like they can be different colors, and she's blue, named Jester. And the reason Kylie got into the show was she saw someone on Twitter who was like doing a cosplay of Jester, and she thought it was like really funny and cute, and so kind of like just decided to try out the show. And the DM is really, really good. That's like why I like it so much, is that he is so like quick on his feet with coming up with like things and kind of building the world around them. He has really vivid descriptions of everything, and also because he's a voice actor as well, he does like amazing voices for all of the like non-player characters that they encounter. He just does he does a really good job of building the characters, or they all do a good job of like building out their characters and keeping things like fun and entertaining. And also like I don't know, it's just really good. They're all just really funny, and I like them a lot. I also I actually really like watching it as opposed to like listening to Dungeons and Dragons. I feel, because I don't know, seeing something about like seeing them actually interact with each other is
then
nice.
Where did you start?
Campaign 2.
So I think maybe whatever I watched was maybe early on or something, because all the stuff you're saying about a great audio and visual setup does not ring a bell for me. I remember it being hard to hear.
I haven't watched Campaign 1, but I think that that they got really big during that, like got really popular, and then they like expanded and invested more into like making the quality of the show better for Campaign 2, because it's like really good.
Okay, well maybe I'll start on Campaign 2. You started on the first episode of Campaign 2?
Yeah.
Oh my, it's so long.
Yeah, they're like 4-hour episodes each.
Yeah.
And they stream them live every week, every Thursday at 7 my time, so 10 your time.
That's so late. Well, they're in California.
Well, it's not late for me. Yeah, they're in LA.
It's long and late, Ben.
You're long and late.
We have commutes, Ben.
I'm actually short and early, so.
Well, you know, with a recommendation from Kylie and then by proxy Ben, I'll consider giving it another try.
It's a really nice like wind down at the end of the day. We usually watch it. They always take a break in the middle, and we usually watch it in like 2-hour chunks. A lot like sometimes I'll be like doing homework while Kylie's drawing, and we'll have it like also be watching it. Like it's a good thing it's good like background. You know,
this
something
is
to have on while you're doing something else.
100,000 times better than it looked when I watched it. Literally.
Alright, so maybe just start in Campaign 2.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I did. I don't feel like I missed. They like sometimes reference things in Campaign 1, but I don't feel like I'm missing out at all.
I do sometimes with D&D. I get annoyed because I'm such a completionist with these things. I feel like I just started a new D&D podcast, or it's actually Shadowrun podcast. But I'm really liking it, but I'm like, it's taking me so long to catch up, and it's frustrating. But I started from episode 1 because I felt the need to know the entire story. I don't know.
They're only I think they're like 40 episodes into Campaign 2 right now.
Only 44-hour episodes into Campaign 2.
Yeah, okay. All right.
But no, okay. Well then I'll watch it. Because it looks a lot easier to watch now.
Yeah. It's very good.
Cool.
And now I'll tell you about my podcast that I was listening to next week when I'm more caught up, because I'm really enjoying it.
Ooh.
Sounds good.
Well, cool. Great obsession, Ben.
Thanks.
Great, Ben.
Critical Role.
Great, Ben.
Great,
Critical Role.
Right. Should we do homework?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. My homework for people is try out planning out your meals for the week and see if it makes you feel more relaxed every evening. And if it does, maybe keep doing it. And then you could have brunch on the weekends.
Yeah.
And my Twitter is at Anthropology. My other podcast is called So Dreamy. It's a podcast about dreams. The episode that has come out most recently, which by the time this comes out will have been last Sunday, was about
Inception.
Thank you. The movie Inception. And the one next week will be our like spooky Halloween episode, sort of. We tried to get some good anxiety dreams. Yeah,
that's next week. You said
the week after next, because we're
so dreamy.
Bi-weekly now. Yeah,
right.
So, yeah, keep an eye out for those. We talk about dreams. Erin, what's your homework?
What's up? My homework is to do WASMENUH.
Do.
Full stop.
Yeah, watch a scary movie if you're feeling like it. If you're not feeling like it, watch a suspenseful movie or
a Swedish movie.
A Swedish movie or a subtitled movie or a Spanish movie or a South Korean movie.
Or a sweet movie.
Or a sweet movie or a
salty movie.
Or a serpentine movie.
Or a silly movie.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Whatever that S means to you. Watch one until
a sucky
Halloween.
Movie.
A shitty movie.
Yeah.
A super movie. A
superhero movie. Oh. Great minds think alike.
A spin-off. A spur of the moment decision. You know, there's a lot of things. I feel like all movies could be encompassed by that S.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So, some highlights for me. Let the Right One In, the Swedish version. Not scary as much as, like, really cool and interesting. Train to Busan, awesome, great movie. Just, like, those are some highlights, shout-outs. Contagion. It's a good one. Okay. My Twitter is at Erin Byrne. I review lesbian movies at LesbianMovieReviews on Instagram. Boy, I'm almost at 1,000 followers. I'm so close.
Oh yeah. And when you get to 1,000 followers, you'll do another review.
I'll do another review. I'm 2 away.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so close.
Make one of your WASMENUH movies a lesbian movie.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Watch a super gay movie every night.
Hey, there it is.
Hey, a homosexual movie every.
Watch a porn every day until Halloween.
A sensual movie.
A grown-up movie.
An adult movie. Great.
Wait,
that's
what's your
all.
Twitter? Did you say it already?
I said that. I said all that. I said all those things.
Right. Ben,
what's
your homework?
My homework is to watch Critical Role. Start on campaign 2 when the production quality is really good, I guess. And then watch it all. It's great. Enjoy it. Have a good time.
Hey.
Put it on while you're meal planning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
Put it on while you're watching another movie. Put it on next to it. See how they do together.
Put it on while you're sipping your cup of Folgers.
Sip a cup of Folgers. That has 15% of the national coffee share of the coffee market. Definitely not gone. Oh, my Twinder is a nicely proved Ben.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of baseball on there lately.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, not sorry.
Hashtag get Ben some baseball friends.
And also my cat there. Often very cute. Good boy.
Get Ben some baseball friends for his cat.
Hashtag get Como some cat friends. Hashtag get Como get a second cat.
Yeah.
That was your obsession one week.
Yeah.
And now you can do it.
To get a second cat. Hold on, I'll find that episode.
That's why he's so wily lately. He's gotten for that. He needs a friend. I don't know what I'm doing. So
wily.
Yeah. If you have thoughts about what movies Erin should watch, if you have thoughts about baseball, if you have thoughts about Critical Role or whatever I talked about, meal planning, role-playing podcasts, whatever, Folgers, you can call us and leave us a voicemail about it. We will not answer the phone because it's set to do not disturb, so as to avoid awkward moments like us answering the phone. So you can leave up to a 3-minute voicemail at 774-326-0420. Blaze it. So call us and leave us a message, and we'll be so excited. And you could follow us, our podcast on Twitter at TooBroadPod, TOO Broadpod. You can tweet at us there about all that stuff I said before. You can follow us on Instagram. I've been really, speaking of falling down on updating an Instagram, I've cut clips out of the last 2 episodes and I have not made them into videos. So there's not been an update on the WayTooBroad Instagram in a while. So I'm sorry, but I'll get better. Go follow us there. You can email us also if you want to give us some written feedback that way at waytoobroad@gmail.com. You can find all of the stuff that I just recited off on our website at waytoobroad.com and waytoobroad.com. And of course, you can it always helps and is wonderful if you leave us a review on iTunes or Podknife. And if you do that and then you email us and tell us that you did it, we'll send you one of our beautiful stickers. We've limited quantities, so get them while they're hot off the presses. Leave us a review. Come on, just do it. It'll be so great.
I'm going to tweet about it right now.
Hell yeah.
All right. So that's it. And then the episode's over. So I say the podcast candle is now extinguished. Such a time saver for me later. I'll be doing that. Bye.
Hello and welcome to the program.
So glad to have you here.
Oh, is this my favorite NPR show?
Hold you close and dear. What's your favorite NPR?
2 grandpas talking softly.
Have a prune.
I love jazz.
Yeah.
I used to know a jazzer.
A jazzer. Okay.